Hello and welcome to the Ridiculously Good VA Show with Tracy Daviero. If you are a virtual assistant or want to be one, this is the place to learn the tips and tricks you need to become a ridiculously good VA. I've been a part of the VA industry since 1998, and I'm excited to get to know you and help you build an amazing business. Let's go. Hey there, welcome to another episode of the podcast that teaches you how to be a ridiculously good virtual assistant. If you want awesome weekly virtual assistant resources delivered right to your inbox every week, check out the Virtual Toolkit. I'll send you a useful and actionable resource every week for your VA business to help you get more organized, make more money, and elevate your business. And it'll only cost you $9 every month. That's less than one trip to Starbucks. Check it out at yourvamentor.com/TVT. Today I want to talk about packaging your VA services, what's good about it, and what's not so good about it. Today's quote is from Chris Do. You are not in the convincing business, you are in the clarity business. This quote describes exactly what I want to share with you in today's episode. Let's go. Are you charging your clients by the package yet? It's a big topic with VAs. There are arguments for and against doing it. I've never been a supporter of VAs moving away from charging by the hour, like a lot of other coaches. You can charge your clients any way you like. If you want to charge by the hour, nobody can tell you it's wrong. However, when you reach out to me and you say you aren't making enough money, that's going to be something that we look at. Just like if you reach out to me to say you want to start charging by the package, we're going to look at that too. First, let's talk about the reasons you might want to charge by the package. Number 1, predictable income. When your clients are paying by the package, they pay you a certain amount every month or every time they need that package of tasks completed. It definitely makes it easier to determine how many clients you need or can work with when you have a set amount that each of them is going to pay you. You can do better planning, you can manage your money better, and your business in general more efficiently. Number 2 is deliverable pricing. When you move to packages, the client then gets used to you telling them which tasks you're going to do for them and the frequency of those tasks. For instance, daily client care, weekly reporting, monthly newsletter, etc. This puts the focus on the actual thing being done more so than the time it takes to do it. So you can talk about the benefits that the client will get by having you do this or that. Deliverable pricing also helps you with your pricing because, as you know, if you're charging for your time, the better you get at anything, the less time it usually takes you to do it, which means that the same task you charged a client an hour for a month ago might only get you 45 minutes worth of money this month. Number 3 is efficiency. Being able to manage your schedule and task list for all clients is often made easier by charging by the package. Finding solutions to help you work more efficiently can allow you to give yourself a raise. The faster you work, as long as the quality of the work remains the same, nets you more money per hour. You will never be penalized by getting your work done quickly when you charge by the package. Number 4 is client commitment. When a client feels supported and isn't micromanaging how much time or hours you're spending doing their work every day, their commitment to working with you often gets elevated. You can work long-term with clients who value you and the work you're doing for them. And packages are really awesome for setting and managing clients' expectations. Number 5 is simplified billing. The invoicing or billing procedure will be much simpler when you switch to packages. It makes it easier just to generate an invoice for a client rather than detailing every last thing you did for them. Detailed time tracking isn't necessary when you talk in deliverables and in frequency of task. The client also gets used to working within their budget that you have both agreed to, which makes things so much easier. Nothing like the client asking you, how much will this cost me? Or taking hours off a retainer when you can just assure them that these are things that you'll do for them every single month. No more managing the invoice? Yes, please. Number 6 is clear expectations. Setting and managing your clients' expectations is always a big part of running a VA business. We have enough to manage with fitting their work into our schedule. We don't want to have to manage conversations about how our time is used either. Clear packages set clear expectations around deliverables, budgets, payments, and more, leading to better communication between the two of you, and it really is so much more satisfying. Remember today's quote, "You're not in the convincing business, you're in the clarity business." Clarity really is everything in business. When we offer our clients what they need and they understand that, there is no convincing needed. It makes your discovery calls and your sales conversations so much easier. Creating packages sounds great, doesn't it? And it is. When you set up packages and you work within them, so much gets easier with your client relationships. But there are also a few things, the bad, that we need to address. Because creating packages isn't always the best solution at the time. Here are several challenges that come with charging by the package. Number one is scope creep. Now, I know I just told you about deliverables and frequency, but one of the questions I get asked about all the other stuff the client needs, your package should define what the client will get or will have done. But if you do a custom package for a client, sometimes you might be inclined to add other requests that they have as well, mainly because you don't know how to charge for it. I advise you to create a bucket for miscellaneous tasks if your client tends to have a lot of one-off stuff that needs done. Set an amount of time for that bucket that you're going to spend, and if the client doesn't use it, they lose it. Scope creep is one of the biggest issues that VAs face, and it comes down to not defining the exact tasks you're going to do for your clients. The better you can get at saying no, the better, right now. Boundaries are going to be your best friend as a VA, but a miscellaneous bucket really helps. When their time is up, they need to buy more time. Number two is pricing accuracy. This is most definitely one of the biggest challenges that I see VAs face with a package. If you think you can just set a price that sounds good, you could struggle with your pricing accuracy. I advise VAs like you to actually cost out their package services. How long does it take you to do it? Multiply that time by your billable rate. That's how much the client has to pay to get that service done each time. Accurately estimating the time and the resources you need to provide that service is essential. And then, of course, the next piece is once you set that estimated time, you need to work within it. Don't think that setting package pricing means no more time tracking. You have to make sure that you're working within your estimates in order for your package price to remain profitable. Number three, clients' perception of value. Clients like time, hours. They feel like they're controlling their budget by keeping track of how much time you use, and every penny counts. It's their money, it's okay. Making sure that your clients see the value of a package over you timing yourself all day long is your responsibility as the VA. Communicating with them using the words deliverable and budget and more can help. If you're struggling with your clients feeling comfortable not knowing how much time you're using, get some help to figure out the language you need to be doing to use it. Number four is initial time investment. Creating packages can take time because I advise actually pricing each service based on the time it takes you to do it. The longer you've been in business, the better you can estimate this type of thing. But if you're just starting out, it can take a lot longer to estimate these things well. Of course, I always suggest if you're just starting out not to set up packages anyway. Billing by the hour really is the best option before you know what you're doing. But this episode is about packages, so let's keep going. Number five is miscellaneous services. I talked about this earlier, but I want to explain it a little bit better. When clients feel that they have things that need doing that don't fit into your existing packages, they might shy away from buying one. But when you consider that miscellaneous bucket, that can take care of their needs. Of course, if all of their needs don't fit within your packages, then they're not actually the client you should be working with. But I digress. Often what I would do with clients is I would do stuff in that bucket for a while and then just figure out what to call it. If that's one of their regular services that they need on top of everything else I do, then we add that deliverable to their package. You can do the same thing, or you can just leave it as miscellaneous. A miscellaneous bucket is really helpful because there are things that crop up from time to time with clients, and we want to be able to say yes to them without being too rigid about a package. Number 6 is a risk of overworking. I said it before and I'll say it again. It is your responsibility once you set a time to do something to get it done within that time frame. If you say the client's email should take an hour a day, you have to get it done within that hour. If it does take you longer, keep an eye on it. Your pricing could be wrong and you might need to adjust it. Or maybe you can find more ways to work efficiently. Timing is important. Don't work more than you've quoted a client. You're going to lose money on your package. And number 7 is client expectations, which I've talked about a little bit throughout this episode already. Managing your clients' expectations is about everything you do for them. It's crucial. It helps you with communication, with time management, with money, and really with everything else. Making things clear in your packages, your contract, and all of your communication will help your clients understand what does get included and what is excluded. I like to advise talking in the language I've been using through this episode, using the words deliverables, task, frequency of task, and that type of thing. When you can describe things to your clients clearly, it'll make sense to everyone, and you're going to have fewer conflicts. I'm going to stop here with the challenges, but it really is important to understand that creating packages will not solve all your problems. A lot of VAs that think if they have any of these challenges that I was just talking about, that creating packages will magically make them all go away, and they won't. Again, I want to go back to today's quote. You're not in the convincing business, you're in the clarity business. I really can't agree with Chris Moore on this one. The more you get clear about everything in your business, the easier everything becomes. Clear in describing your deliverables, clear on how it helps your client, clear on what they should expect, and clear on what happens when things go wrong or aren't included. Clarity really is everything. Is it time for you to create packages for your VA business? It might be. It might not be. I hope I've given you some information that helps you make that decision for yourself. If you do need help putting your packages together, get in touch with me. I'm here to help. It's the only reason I'm here at all, as you know, to help you become a ridiculously good VA. I've helped hundreds of VAs who are stuck get moving, and I'd love to do the same thing for you. We can work together privately, or through my group coaching mastermind, or through a number of my self-study trainings. That's all I've got for you this week. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the Ridiculously Good VA Show. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a thing. For more great resources for your VA business, visit my website at yourvamentor.com. I'll see you back here next time.